Can you feel it? That electric buzz when two worlds collide and create something absolutely spectacular? Because right now, we're witnessing a cultural moment that's bigger than hockey, bigger than fashion. It's about identity, baby. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel where we don't just report the news. We dissect it, we analyze it, we live it. And today? Today we got something special brewing in the city of Montreal. Picture this. A young hockey phenom with hands smoother than silk. A brand with a rebellious bunny that's taken the fashion world by storm. And a partnership that's about to flip the script on what it means to be a modern athlete. Laine, Hutson, and Psycho Bunny just dropped a collaboration bomb, and the shockwaves are spreading fast. Let me tell you something about Laine Hudson that the stat sheets won't show you. Sure, everyone sees the highlight reel passes, the impossible angles he creates, the way he quarterbacks a power play like he's conducting a symphony. But what separates Hudson from the pack isn't just his skill, it's his swagger. This kid walks into the arena like he owns the place, not in an arrogant way, but with the quiet confidence of someone who knows exactly who they are and what they bring to the table. He's 5 feet 10 inches in a league that's historically worshipped size on the blue line, yet he plays bigger than players 6 inches taller. How? Because he's got something that can be taught in any hockey school: presence. And that presence isn't limited to the ice. Watch Hudson in interviews. Check out his social media. Observe how he carries himself in public. This is someone who understands that being an athlete in 2025 means being a complete package. You gotta perform, absolutely, but you've also got to connect, to inspire, to represent something beyond just wins and losses. That's why when Psycho Bunny came calling, it wasn't just another sponsorship opportunity. It was a meeting of minds, a fusion of philosophies, a partnership that actually makes sense on every conceivable level. Now let's talk about this brand for a minute, because Psycho Bunny isn't playing the same game as everyone else in the fashion industry. While other brands are chasing trends, trying to predict what's going to be hot next season, Psycho Bunny has been laser focused on one thing: creating timeless pieces with an edge. That bunny logo? It's become iconic because it represents a paradox. Something cute and approachable mixed with something bold and rebellious. It's sophisticated but playful. It's premium but accessible. It's classic but contemporary. That's not easy to pull off. Yet Psycho Bunny has been doing it for 2 decades now. What started as a polo shirt company in Montreal has transformed into a global lifestyle empire. We're talking 180 stores worldwide, collections that span every demographic, and a reputation for quality that's absolutely unshakable. When you buy a Psycho Bunny piece, you're not just buying fabric stitched together. You're buying craftsmanship, attention to detail, materials sourced from the finest suppliers on the planet. But here's what really sets them apart: their commitment to what they call the bold standard. This isn't just a catchy slogan they slapped on a marketing campaign. It's a genuine philosophy that permeates everything they do. It's about refusing to settle, refusing to blend in, refusing to compromise on quality or vision. It's about having the guts to be different in a world that constantly pressures you to conform. Sound like anyone we know? Yeah, exactly. That's Laine Hudson to a T. Let's put on our business analyst hats for a second and talk about why this move is absolutely genius from a strategic standpoint. Anna Martini, Psycho Bunny CEO, isn't making random decisions here. Every ambassador they bring on board is carefully selected to align with the brand's values and expand their reach into new communities. They've already established footholds in tennis and golf, sports that traditionally attract affluent, style-conscious audiences. But hockey? Hockey is a different beast entirely. Hockey culture is passionate, tribal, deeply rooted in tradition, yet constantly evolving. Hockey fans are loyal to a fault, and if you can authentically connect with them, you've got customers for life. By choosing Hudson as their entry point into hockey, Psycho Bunny is making a statement. They're not going for the established superstar with a massive existing endorsement portfolio. They're betting on potential, on trajectory, on someone who represents the future of the sport. That's bold, that's confident, that's very on brand. And the Montreal connection? That's the cherry on top. There's something beautifully poetic about a Montreal-based brand partnering with a Montreal Canadiens player. The Canadiens aren't just a hockey team. They're an institution, a cultural touchstone, a source of civic pride. By aligning with Hudson, Psycho Bunny is tapping into that emotional reservoir, that deep connection between the city and its team. So, what can we expect to see from this collaboration? Based on the announcement, Hudson will be featured prominently in Psycho Bunny's upcoming campaigns and social media content. We're going to see him rocking their latest seasonal collections in various settings, arriving at the arena, during team events, in his personal life. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't going to be stiff, corporate, awkward athlete-enclosed content. Hudson himself said it perfectly. Psycho Bunny allows me to do that in a way that feels authentic to me. That word, authentic, is crucial. Today's audiences can smell inauthenticity from a mile away. They know when an athlete is genuinely excited about a partnership versus when they're just cashing a check. The content we're going to see will showcase Hudson's personality, his style, his life beyond hockey. Maybe we'll get behind-the-scenes glimpses of his pre-game routines, his downtime activities, his interactions with fans and teammates. The goal is to humanize the athlete while elevating the brand, creating a symbiotic relationship where both parties benefit and grow together. And let's not forget the ripple effect this will have on Hudson's teammates and peers. When you got one of the league's rising stars wearing Psycho Bunny, other players are going to take notice. Fashion is social, it's aspirational, it's contagious. Don't be surprised if we start seeing more NHL players gravitating toward the brand in the coming months and years. Here's what really excites me about this partnership. It represents a broader cultural shift in how we view athletes and their role in society. Gone are the days when athletes were expected to just shut up and play. Today's athletes are entrepreneurs, activists, style icons, content creators, and cultural influencers. They're multidimensional human beings with interests and passions that extend far beyond their sport. Hudson embracing fashion isn't a distraction from hockey. It's an extension of his identity as a complete person. And brands like Psycho Bunny recognizing and celebrating that completeness, that's progress. That's evolution. That's the future. Think about the message this sends to young athletes coming up through the ranks. It tells them that it's okay to have diverse interests, that caring about style doesn't make you less serious about your sport, that self-expression is something to be celebrated rather than suppressed. That's powerful, especially in hockey culture, which has historically been pretty conservative when it comes to individuality and self-expression. Let's talk dollars and cents for a moment. While the financial terms of this partnership haven't been disclosed, we can make some educated guesses about what this means for Hudson's brand value. Landing a partnership with a premium fashion label like Psycho Bunny significantly elevates his profile beyond just hockey circles. This is smart business for a young player. Hockey careers are unpredictable. Injuries happen, performance fluctuates, teams make unexpected moves. By building a personal brand that extends beyond the ice, Hudson is creating long-term value and opportunities that will exist regardless of what happens in his playing career. And here's the beautiful thing. This partnership enhances rather than detracts from his hockey brand. It positions him as someone who's forward-thinking, culturally aware, and marketable to demographics that might not traditionally follow hockey. That makes him more valuable to the Canadiens, more attractive to future sponsors, and more influential in the broader sports landscape. So where does this partnership go from here? If I had to predict, I'd say we're looking at a long-term relationship that will evolve as both Hudson's career and Psycho Bunny's presence in the hockey world grow. We might see co-designed collections, exclusive pieces, special edition items tied to significant moments in Hudson's career. Imagine a limited edition Psycho Bunny piece commemorating Hudson's first NHL playoff series, or a signature collection that reflects his personal style preferences. The possibilities are endless, and if both parties approach this with creativity and authenticity, we could be looking at one of the most successful athlete brand partnerships in recent memory. For Psycho Bunny, Hudson is a key that unlocks the hockey market. If this partnership succeeds, and I have every reason to believe it will, expect to see them expand their hockey roster, maybe signing additional players, partnering with teams, or creating hockey-specific collections that appeal to players and fans alike. At the end of the day, this story is about more than just a sponsorship deal. It's about the convergence of sports and culture, about athletes taking control of their narratives, about brands that understand the value of authentic partnerships. Laine, Hudson, and Psycho Bunny aren't just doing business together. They're building something meaningful, something that resonates, something that reflects who they both are at their core. Hudson continues to dazzle on the ice, making plays that defy logic and redefining what's possible for undersized defensemen in the modern NHL. And now, he's bringing that same innovative energy to the fashion world, showing that excellence knows no boundaries. All right, I want to hear your take on this. Do you think this partnership is going to influence how other hockey players approach fashion and personal branding? Would you rock Psycho Bunny gear knowing that Hudson represents a brand? And for my Montreal fans out there, how does it feel seeing a local brand team up with your team's rising star? Get in the comments and let's have a conversation. If this deep dive got you thinking, hit that like button and share this with your hockey-loving, fashion-forward friends. Subscribe if you haven't already, because we're just getting started with stories that matter at the intersection of sports and culture. Stay bold, stay authentic, stay tuned. Catch you in the next one.